Hi everyone, it's your girl Valentina, nicknamed the African Dominican. As you all can see, I am in Santo Domingo, and right now I am making my way to meet up with a fellow content creator who is based in Santo Domingo. Some of you may know her. She is kind of like YouTube famous, so you guys hang tight. Let me show you guys what I'm looking at right now.
Voy a cantar esta canción con mucho cariño de mi corazón a la República Dominicana, la casa del merengue y la casa de la bachata. Voy a cantar esta canción con mucho cariño de mi corazón a la República Dominicana, la casa del merengue.
I am at the Malecon in Santo Domingo outside Lungomare. Just look at that, I'm by the Malecon. Alright, so let me go out inside. Noveris, thank you so much for meeting up with me. I've watched a lot of your videos. You acted like an amazing woman, did amazing work. So I told myself, I can't come here and not meet you.
Oh,
So that's why I'm here and I'm honored that you accepted my invitation.
oh my God. You make me feel it, but thank you so much.
No, you're welcome.
Usually, people say that, oh, you're famous. I really don't like too much. Oh, you're famous. It made me feel, I just feel like a regular person.
Right, you're very humble. Yes.
Thank you, but it's a pleasure for me to meet people when they travel here to the Dominican Republic, either for information or people that just want to come and meet us.
Okay.
It is a pleasure.
Thank you so much. Abby, thank you so much. So, Noveris, just please tell my viewers a little bit about yourself.
Okay. So for the people that don't know me, my name is Norveris. I have a YouTube channel called Norveris R. And pretty much I'm a family moved here back to Dominican Republic. I have my husband and my daughter. And what we're gonna say about my channel or about me. The channel that I have, we talk about pretty much everything about Dominican Republic with regards to the culture, when people want to do investment, people that are interested in move over here, or just to get some information about the country.
Okay, that's wonderful. You used to live in America before. How long were you in America for?
I was around 14 years.
14 years in
About
America?
14 years. Yeah, I lived about, I think about 7 years in Huntsville, Alabama, and then another 4 or 5 in Florida.
And how did you like life in America?
Oh, I like it. Well, it's something like everywhere you go, it is something that I like, that I love. It's some of the things that was okay.
Right. And then for those of you wondering, Noveris moved to America with work, and then she lived there and she met her wonderful husband. So she's married. For those of you inquiring, please don't send me messages. And she has a beautiful daughter. So you and your family, you live in America first. Your daughter was born in America. Your husband is American, or her husband is an African American. So how did you guys end up moving back to Santo Domingo or Dominican Republic?
Okay, we are planning to move over here in 2015, and things didn't work the way we planned it to work, and then we went back to the United States in 2016. And then, for people that don't know the story, that story probably don't know, they need to go and watch it on my channel. But then we went back to the United States. We did the things that we have to do to make it work, and then we came back over here to move, and we moved back here in 2021.
2021, and then you guys, you think you're gonna stay here, or you plan to go? Okay.
Yes, that's the plan, to stay here. So right now, I mean, things sometimes, who knows, can change in the future, or I don't know. But for right now, this is the place.
That's the place right now.
No plane.
No plans. Okay, no plans right now. That's a husband, guys. That's the husband. He looks Dominican. He's African American, and I'm gonna ask him questions too. So if you guys are curious, don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. How old is your daughter?
She's 9.
She's now. So when she moved back here, she was 7.
She will be around 7.
How was the adjustment for her?
Oh, it was very easy. It wasn't difficult at all because before we moved over here, we had been traveling like every year. If it wasn't twice, it was once. The longest we stood without coming over here was with pandemic. But then before that, we was traveling very often. And when she was born, we was over here for probably about 4 or 5 months. So the adjustment is very good.
Okay, so she speaks Spanish too?
Yes, yes.
Fluently? Oh, that's great. And you are learning Spanish, obviously.
Do I know Spanish?
Yeah.
No.
You learning?
I'm learning.
How did you beautiful people meet? How did you? Okay, you know what? I know the story. I'll tell it quickly. So she went to America to work in Alabama. He was the manager. Long story short, they ended up hooking up together and it became a couple. Is that about right? If you want to know the full story, go to Nobody's channel for the full story. Okay? So for those of you who say American and Dominican marriages don't work, this one right here is working just fine. All right? So look at them as your inspiration. So let me ask you guys, okay, he's American, you're Dominican. He doesn't speak Spanish, you speak Spanish. I know when you first met, none of you spoke each other's languages, but they spoke the language of love. And that's how they managed to make it work. So tell me, you're in Dominican Republic right now. How do you guys make it work? As far as the culture, okay, let's talk about the culture first, from two different cultures. How is that like being married to a Dominican, first of all, with the cultures? Do you feel a normal adjustment? You feel like you're still learning?
No, not really, because by her coming to the United States first, it wasn't like I was just dropped off in the culture of the Dominican Republic. So by her being over there, I kind of understood her culture. By her being in the States, and then by us traveling back and forth. I mean, like I said, we've been together for about 12, 13, 14 years. So I've been traveling back and forth over here for all that time. So I understood the culture, I understood the people. And so when we came over here to live, the adjustment was really easy. It wasn't like that, I met her and a year later we came over here and moved. It probably would have been tough, but to me, I just kind of slid right on into the culture.
Right. And her family accepted you right away, or you had to work your way in there?
No, I mean, who wouldn't accept me?
I know, right? I mean, like, come on. He's like Dominican 2.0.
Right.
And you have to mention that the first time that he came over here, it was without me. He came and made my family because I was in the process to getting my paperwork ready. I didn't travel, so he came first and made my family without me.
Oh, you came to ask for a hand in marriage, kind of thing.
Actually, I was over here working.
Oh, you were working.
I was recruiting people from the island to work in Alabama. So when I came over here, she told me about her family, and they met me. Matter of fact, right up the street here at Hotel Awagua, and we went over to this Adrian Tropical right here on the Malecon and had lunch.
Okay, so you know what I often hear? That Dominican women only like that Dominican men, and that you guys never marry outside and it's never real. What you gotta say about that?
Oh my God, that is something that you usually hear, but I don't think that's true. Of course, I mean, what culture like you will see more marriages in their own culture than the outside culture. That is just normal and regular. But I also see a lot of couples, a lot of mixed couples. I mean, cultural couples. Multicultural, yeah, with Dominicans. I think Dominican married with white men. I mean, with white meaning European or other culture. I see it with black men. I see people from different Puerto Rican. Well, Puerto Rican is another Hispanic, but either Hispanic, other cultures. And I see them married with other cultures. Yeah, I don't.
So it's not true when people say Dominicans are nationalists, they only like their own kind and they'll never accept you if you're not from their culture. So that's not true. I hear that a lot from the passport bros.
No at all.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's not true. It's not 100% true. That's what it is. It's not 100% true that Dominicans only choose Dominican men. I mean, like she said, other culture, most people, I mean, if you want to just talk black culture, most black men marry within their culture. I mean, that's just a fact. Whites too, the same thing. So I don't know why it's everything that happens with Dominicans. It seems like they sensationalize it as if nobody else does that. I mean, I know black men that only want to marry black women. But nobody says anything about that. But if it's a Dominican, then they just kind of like sensationalize.
How is it like being married to an American man?
To me, it's very like all marriages.
He's not listening, by the way.
No, he's not listening. I mean, like. I'm not gonna sit over here and say, oh, everything is perfect, because I think that any pleasure, even when you kiss, when you move with your father, with your husband, anything is so. Don't you call it flowers like
roses?
Perfect, but to me, it's very good.
What's the biggest challenge of being married to somebody from another culture?
I think it's the cultural difference sometimes.
Like what for Black Americans? Like what's the cultural difference that you see the most between your culture and his culture?
I would say this is probably from the beginning. Now, no, because we have been so long together for so long. That now I don't see any difference. I mean, he loved the music that I like, the music from here. Sometimes he listens to more bachata than I do. And before I used to listen to the music in America, let's say like rap music, things like that. I would say at the beginning was kind of difficult, probably with the food, the cooking, but other than that, nothing else.
Okay.
But right now he writes. Well, I don't do write too much of his diet, but I cook very often Dominican food. Everything is just like mixed together.
So you guys are in a typical traditional Dominican American marriage where you do a lot of the cooking, or how do you guys have a traditional marriage?
We do have a traditional marriage, but he also cooks. He likes to cook. He cooks a lot.
But he's of course the head of the house.
Of course.
Of course, yeah. And then you are his helpmate basically. That's how you guys make it work, by staying in your roles. You say?
Yes, 100%.
Okay. And for you, how is it like being married to a Dominican woman?
I don't really see it. I don't want to say it's no different, because there is a difference, culturally, but I don't want to downplay, black marriages and black women, because that's just not me. You know what I'm saying? Those are my people. I'm a black man. My mom's black. My sisters are black, but there is a difference in the culture in being married to a Dominican woman versus being with an American woman. I don't want to really get into those differences, because people just will try to pick it apart, and then you have everybody in your comments, saying such and such. But only thing I can say, try it out, see what you think.
Right. And then raising a child from a multicultural background, you just find a middle ground and you make it work.
I mean, yeah, I don't see. I will let you speak to that, because I really don't see
Any difference in culture,
I don't see
right?
any difference.
And culture with the raising her?
Yeah.
I don't see any difference.
Right. I think both of you are Christians. Is that safe to say you're both Christians?
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe that helps, because you're both on the same sort of train kind of thing.
Right.
I would say so, yeah.
From a biblical, I think you're Catholic.
Yeah, I'm Catholic, that's right.
I was more Southern Baptist, raised Southern Baptist.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So how is it like living in Dominican Republic? Would you ever consider going back to America? What do you like best about living here versus living in America?
I just like the people.
The people?
I like the people. I like the culture.
Okay. Like them in what sense? What is it about them that you like?
They're warming, they're welcoming. They have a sense of community, and they remind me of what the black community used to be back in the 80s to me, when I grew up. I just like the way they're family oriented, and I wouldn't just blame it all on the way black community today. It's just I blame it more on how American society is, where they've taken the family out of the household, or they've taken the family out of being the main priority, and everything now is more business. And so it's not even nothing is family focused anymore. It's more focused on the individual. Girl, go get your bag. Guy, go do this. It's just nothing that's centered around family anymore. And here they still have that sense of family, that sense of community. You still got your neighbors. You talk to them. We gave neighbors. I made a cake the other day, and the neighbor. We took cake to the neighbors. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't even do that in Florida. You know what I'm saying? They were like, what you bring me this stuff from?
We don't even do the neighbors in Florida. I mean, you can even say, you even say good morning in the elevator, and nobody don't respond to you. It's like, I don't even know any of our neighbors over there. We lived over there for about 3 years.
So being the age that I am in my 40s, I remember a time when our culture was like that. So now somebody growing up, these new age, late 2000s and the late 90s, maybe they don't understand what I'm saying, and it's no different to them. But for me, it's a difference. I can see it because I remember growing up in an age where it wasn't any cell phones and how you had that community, and that's what I still see here. Now, don't get me wrong. Some of that stuff is rubbing off. That American culture is rubbing off over here. But for the most part, they still trying to hold that intact right now.
Okay, no, that's wonderful. Anything else you want to add to that?
No, that actually, if you still have that sense over here where you have your neighbors, that you have like family, you go out, you enjoy a lot with family, and you see no problems. Like, we come over here in the Alicom area, so that you will see a lot of people, and you will see there is no problem. It's not like no gun violence, shooting, that's something that he said. You couldn't be over there in America in a group and nothing will happen, because nowadays it's like he's shooting people, fighting and stuff like that. And here you don't see that.
Right.
You don't see that kind of stuff yet. But you still see the things are changing.
Okay. Dominican Republic, just like any other third world or developing country, has more of a traditional life and a traditional way of living, especially when it comes to family. So would you recommend that people come to the Dominican Republic mostly for the traditional life? Or what would you say on that?
Yeah, I should say that you will still have that sense of community here still.
Okay. You agree?
Yeah, I mean, if that's what you're looking for, I mean, of course there are other places that they can move to there. I mean, you also gotta like the culture and environment and things, because I'm sure there's other places that have the same sense of community and the values, but it's just certain things, the way of life is always going to be different in other places. So, yeah, if you're looking for those things that I mentioned, yes, come here, but you also gotta like the way of life here too.
Right. You have to like the culture and the people, because you may like that sense of tradition, but you don't like the people, you don't like the country. You may find that stuff the same thing with other countries.
Yeah, because it's just not here when you can find that.
It's not like it's only Dominican Republic. You have other countries where you can find the same tradition, and you would like to have like the culture.
Okay. So if somebody's planning on moving to Dominican Republic, what advice would you give them to prepare them to come here? Like,
I think they have to prepare coming and visiting the country first.
come and visit first?
Visit first, and to feel the country first. Even if you can come for a month, they have the feeling of the country, how the people live and everything. I think that's the first step. Because you may see everything that you see from outside, because from outside you can see the good and the bad, and you can agree or disagree to it. But when you hear, if you do the thing, and you feel it, you know if it's something that fits for you. Because you may see the country as an island with beautiful water and beautiful women and beautiful restaurants and beautiful that. But then it's probably not for you. After you come over here and you see how life is over here, the problem is not for you. You just like what you saw outside, but coming over here first, trying them out, have a feeling of what is the culture and the country, and then you start preparing. It's other steps that you have to take, of course, for moving, but I think that would be the first thing, to see if this is the tip for you.
Okay. Anything else you think she left out, or you think that's pretty much?
I think that, and also make sure you get your finances together.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to depend on the economy here to try to take care of yourself. I mean, you can, but if you're coming from somewhere where you're looking for a certain type of lifestyle, you want to make sure your finances together. Yeah. I mean, you don't need much, but you need something.
Like how much would you say you need to as a single person to live comfortably, let's say in the city like Santo Domingo?
But it depends on your lifestyle.
Average lifestyle, maybe you're not a posh person, you're just middle class maybe.
Middle class, a single person, I would say at least I would say about
$2,000 a month. That includes utilities, food, and everything. Okay, that's almost like for some, that's like American standard, no?
Yeah, I would probably say average, meaning that you're staying in an average area, not really, not in the towers and things like that. You just got to average right. I think that you can probably get by with about $1,200 to $1,500.
In Santo Domingo?
I think you can.
Okay. And then in Puerto Plata, Sosua area, about the same?
I don't know too much about the area, how the rent is right now, because I go more about the rent like figuring out what you need, because the other things are pretty much similar in any city that you
Right.
over here, besides electricity.
But it's the most
But then range,
expensive.
I don't know how much range like
Right.
is to what Puerto Plata is right now.
So maybe the measuring way would be Santo Domingo is the most expensive and Santiago, but if you go anywhere less tourists, you can pay less.
Pay less.
But at least minimum 1,500 to 2,000 per month budgeting.
It depending on what is the lifestyle that you want to live.
Okay.
I mean, when I say 2,000, I was talking about an apartment that you're going to rent that is furnished.
Okay,
And
or
living in those
furnished.
area, yeah. Because it depends on what you want to do. If
Right.
you're looking for an apartment, then you're going to furnish yourself, and then you don't look like you said for no towers or anything like that. I showed some of my videos that you can find an apartment here even for $300, $400, but it's unfurnished. You have to furnish, and everything that you have to bring it in. So it depends pretty much what you're looking for. And if that's the place that you're looking for to move, then with 12, like you said, 12 to 15, you can make it happen.
If you're real frugal, you can do it with 1,000.
Yeah.
1,000.
With 1,000, if you're real frugal, and I mean, and I'm not saying you'll be penny pinching, but if you're just frugal, you don't eat out at expensive restaurants all the time. You know, you cooking yourself. You still can find a decent place for $500. You still can find a decent
Right.
place for $500.
Families moving here, like maybe husband and wife, and they have a kid or two. Should they multiply that by 2, or the budget as far as like
I would do about 50%.
50%? Okay.
Yeah, because that means that you will have to need a bigger place, and then you multiply because you want to have the food at a bigger place, and then probably transportation and things that you're going to do are going to be multipliers as well. Yeah, I will agree to that.
Can you also please talk about the schooling system here in Dominican Republic, and also how other families from the USA or other developed countries can bring their kids here and still have their kids attend good schools?
Well, there's a program called K-12.
K-12.
Yeah.
And that's nationwide or just Florida? Because you guys were Florida based, right?
No,
I think it's nationwide.
It's nationwide.
I think
Nationwide?
it's nationwide, yeah.
Okay, so American kids can come in, they can just attend school online, and they can still be part of the education system in America. That is good to know. So you don't have to put them in a private school. There's a lot of money here. You don't have to put them in Dominican school. It's only for Dominicans here?
No. But when you come over here, you will have to get paper. A lot of paperwork from America be permitted, like permission from the US to be in school here. You have to stamp her paperwork from the school and all the documents from the previous school need to come over here.
No, you guys have been wonderful. I know we are hungry, about to eat, and I'm not going to keep you guys talking for too long. I know little mama over here wants to eat too. I'm so sorry. So please tell our viewers, where can they find you?
They can find me on YouTube under Betty R. I think that's the best way, and then from the channel you will see other things that I offer. That also, if you want to contact me other ways, then you can email me. Then my email also is there.
And I like that you guys are a tag team. So he is her manager. I have to go through him to get an interview.
And I wasn't even supposed to be in this interview. I ain't even camera ready, man. I just, you know.
He's not camera ready, really? That's not camera ready?
No, he wasn't ready.
How does he look like when he's camera ready?
He makes sure he's clean, all the stuff. He always like to be
For the
fresh.
suit and tie?
No, suit and tie. But he always like to be fresh.
Be fresh.
With the haircut.
Thank you so much for your time. I really, really appreciate it. We're about to eat. Okay, so he's like, girl, you gotta hurry up with this. Thank you, appreciate it. That was actually a great interview, if I must say so myself. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And there is a part 1 and a part 2 to this video, so please look out for that. Again, thank you for watching. See you in the next video. God bless.